Hello and welcome to the Get Creative Podcast, the podcast for creatives by creatives. I'm Evan Schmidt, and my guest today is Kelly Ann Collins. She's a social media expert and an entrepreneur. All right, let's go. All right, so Kelly, tell me about something that you've learned.
Something I've learned. Okay. Well, I've learned a lot. The biggest thing I think, and the biggest thing that I tell people that want to start companies or move forward with a project is that you really shouldn't listen to all these people out there that are telling you don't do it. So the biggest lesson I've learned is if something inside you is saying do something, or you feel yourself pulled, or you're passionate about something and you feel like I should go start this company and I should do this or I should launch this project, and you have concerned friends saying, oh, you shouldn't do that, or are you sure you want to quit your job and do that, or oh, maybe you should take a job working at this place, or your life would be so much easier if you just did this, or oh, don't you miss having a regular paycheck? The biggest lesson I've learned is that you just need to block them out. So what I do is I just think of blinders like a racehorse. I always tell people this. I tell other entrepreneurs this. Visualize being a horse in a race and having those blinders on, and just don't look at the other horses and just keep moving toward your goal. So that's the best lesson I've learned, and it helps out on the internet too with trolls and on Twitter. And that's the best thing. If people say no and it's something you want to do, just don't listen.
Yeah, and find a way to make it work.
Right. Take the good advice, but if people are trying to hold you back from your dreams, do not listen to what they're saying.
So you obviously broke away from the pack of the rest of the world and the career path you chose. What was the point where you felt it was going to work?
I never thought about it. I've never questioned it. So I know that sounds strange, but even when I was a little kid, I think I started my first project when I was, maybe 8 or 9 years old. I started a newsletter and I charged people like 25 cents or something in the neighborhood to receive my newsletter. And, I've just never thought about it. It's like, I want to do something, and so I just do it. I've had a couple moments in my life where I stopped and I was like, wait a minute, am I crazy? Because people were asking, or they were saying, hey, you're crazy, or, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. And there were a couple times in my life when I stopped and I was like, wait a minute, am I crazy? Should I be doing this? Am I like a weirdo? And, that's the lesson I learned is, you just shouldn't question yourself. If it's something that you enjoy doing, you should go for it.
I like that. And yeah, I mean, I also have times where I'm like, am I crazy? And I think it's just, yeah, that's very sage advice. So tell me about what you do, what you're working on right now, what you're excited about.
Well, right now I have a virtual social media company. So we consult companies big and small, from startups to big brands, on their social media strategy. And we specialize in Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And we do that as consultants. I also came up with an idea about a year and a half ago for a social management tool, just because I just can't find a tool that I love. So I was talking to someone that I'd worked with before, and he's a really genius programmer. And so what happened is we ended up building this social media management tool and it launches this year at South by Southwest. So doing that, and then I have some side projects. I always have some side projects, but I won't bore you with those.
Maybe that's for another episode.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Where can people find you, and where can people find that new project?
People can find me on Twitter. That's probably the best place to find me. My Twitter handle is itskac, ITSKAC, my initials, KAC. And I mean, you can also email me if you want. And the easiest way to email me, I would give my work email, but that's hard to remember. But it's just kellyann@gmail.com.
All right. Well, Kellyann Collins, thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I enjoyed talking with you.
And if you'd like to try Kelly's software for free, go to gokidder.com and use the code 3FREEKitters. That's the number 3, the word free, KITTRS. Check it out. That's it for another episode of Get Creative. You can find more information about my guest in the show notes. Subscribe to this podcast on iTunes and Stitcher so that new episodes magically appear. And tell a friend about this show. For more information about me, just go to evanschmidt.com. Thank you for listening. Now go get creative.